Hello everyone. In this Zoom how-to video, we wanted to show you how to lock the unmuting so that students cannot come back with their sound when you go to mute them. This is really, really important to know when you have some background noise, like families being noisy in the background or students being disruptive, and you've got to get them quiet and you want to be able to lock them with their sound so that they can't come back with it. Or even in situations where you have some colorful language in the background, perhaps a family has forgotten that their student is on Zoom, and then you got that going on and need to get that out of the way as quickly as you can. So there's three different ways to do this. It can get a little confusing sometimes when there's more than one way, but I'll show you all three, and then you can decide which way works best for you. So the first way that I tend to do it the most is under the security shield right here. If I click on that, the default is on, and it says allow participants to, and again, it's on it by default, to unmute themselves. So the way to flip that off is just go to that where it's blue here, click it off. And if I click on this again, you'll see it's now off. So when it's off, it means that they will not be able to unmute themselves when you mute them. They'll be locked out of it. A little screen will pop up. If they try to, a little screen will pop up on their computer that says something about the host has locked the muting and they just won't be able to. So if you want to turn that back on, just click it again, click it back on, and then you'll see that now it's back on. So that's the way that I like to do it. The reason is that this panel for me is always on, and I can quickly get to it without too much hassle. But let me show you the other two ways. So the other two ways you have to do within your participants pane. And to get there, I have to click on that to open up the participants over here. And one option is when you go to mute everybody, if I click on mute all, this option pops up and it says allow participants to unmute themselves. And that's the same one as over here. It's exactly the same setting, but they also put it over here. And right now it's turned on. So that means when I go to press yes, they would be able to unmute themselves when I go to mute everybody. And you might have run into that situation where you muted everybody and you thought, gosh, I muted all of them. Why are they coming back? And that's because this is checked on. So if I check that off and then press yes, then they wouldn't be able to come back right away. They'll be locked out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that there. The third way to do it is over here, this ... And this has some other things in here too, but there's this third one down, allow participants to unmute themselves. That's exactly the same setting as the one that I showed you here or over here. It's just another spot to do it in. And I can click it back on. And now when I go to mute all, for example, now it's going to be defaulted on. So lots of places to do the same thing. Again, you can decide which one makes the most sense to you and then do that one, whatever you think. So hopefully that helps. Let us know if you have any questions.